what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Legacy Journeys. I'm your host, Liv, along with my co-host,
Carlton, the host with the most, coast to coast.
That's right.
Hey, so listen, today we are going to do something different.
Yeah.
You know, we had a friend and subscriber, one of your friends, and she's my friend now too. She sent us she told us about a topic that we should talk about. Now I'll let you expound on that more because you actually had the conversation with her.
Yeah, she texted me and thought that this conversation with Stephan Speaks and Koryelle, they had a conversation about the 5 things men find irresistible in women. And so she thought that it would be a good conversation for us to have, and just give our opinion on, what they discuss.
Mm-hmm. And it's an hour-long interview, and we're going to put it in the chat. So, and make sure if you watch this far, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Definitely click the thumbs up button and the notification bell and leave a comment because we want to know what you all think. And just like we just let y'all know, we're accepting topics. So we want to know what you all want us to talk about. So, because we could put it out there.
Yeah. We love it. Yes.
Yeah. So
we want to know what y'all want to hear, what y'all like to discuss. We want to know it all. So, yeah, hit us up. Let us know. Comment.
Please do. So, Stephan, I don't know if we said that he's a relationship coach. He's an author and a speaker. Mm-hmm. And so his number one thing that men, and he was just going off the top. He wasn't scripted or anything. It wasn't
in no particular order.
Right. And the number one thing he said that men find irresistible in women, and we want to hear you all's feedback. The first thing was peace and a lack of drama. And that that's one of the first things he said. Now, I get why he said that. You know what I mean? And he said,
I get why he said that too.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, every man always saying the same thing. They want peace.
I mean, and I think that's okay. I think
who doesn't want peace? I think we all want peace.
Right. But there's some people that, that just continue to bring drama. And that could be male or female. I'm not saying it's one way or the other.
Right.
But and to Stephan's point, he basically was saying that as men get older, when we're younger, we're more tolerant.
Of the drama. And, you can get away with certain things.
Right.
But at our age,
older, peace becomes way more important.
Right. And I agree with that. But what does that look like? Because again, men are always saying they want a woman to bring them peace. Mm-hmm. So tell me, Carlton L., what does that look like? What does peace look like?
I mean, peace means harmonious relation. Peace means harmony. So when you're disharmonious, you're not together. You're fussing and fighting all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's draining.
That
is literally draining.
Right.
So if the man is seeking someone that's not gonna do that, like I've been in relationships, you know what I'm saying, where physical fighting has happened, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, wait a minute, and I was younger, and I'm like, yo, what's this come from? You know what I'm saying? And, and I tolerated that when I was younger.
Right.
Now I don't want to deal with that, and so like, I will leave, you know what I'm saying? I will walk away from the disagreement because, we talked about in the last episode, I believe, about fight or flight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a flight person. I'm not going to stay there and continue to fight with you.
Right.
Now, as I've grown older, I'm learning how to do, as one therapist said, how to fight fair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a way that you can argue or have a disagreement with somebody, without hitting below the belt or even getting physical with someone.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so I think I think that's what he's saying as we get older. Now, if you were younger and you probably still going, I think that's a maturity thing.
Right. It is.
Because I don't want to be at 53. I don't want to be fighting anybody in the street and having to
listen,
kick people out of the car, or like my homeboy said, he kicked his wife out of the bed one time. And the police came and arrested him. Yeah,
He kicked his wife out of bed and the police arrested him.
Yeah, I mean isn't that like battery or assault? One of
I
them things?
mean,
Yes, maybe simple.
I don't know, but I've never heard he kicked her out the bed and the police arrested
She
him.
called the police.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
she called the
I would
police.
too, but like, did he literally kick her out?
That's
Like,
what he said. He kicked her out of the bed. I'm just saying,
but that's what I mean. Okay, so when you say peace, because you say it as it, and I'm not saying you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying when Stephan mentions peace, again, all men are like, yeah, I want my woman to be, peaceful, whatever. But they are usually the ones that are causing us not to be peaceful. And so
I don't think
that's
what
I'm
he's saying, though. I get what you're saying.
What
I
is?
don't think
What do
that's
you
what
mean?
he's
What is he?
saying.
He's
not
saying
saying
that he finds
he was saying that's
that
the
quality.
person. Right. This is the person's character. He's saying he doesn't. He's saying men don't want the character of a person that's warlike.
Okay. So the character coming into the relationship.
Yes.
Well, damn. I mean,
yeah. Like
I don't see where the woman would come in with drama unless she's just like that. And again, there are women who are like that. I'm saying at our age.
Yeah, and like what he said, peace becomes more important. So you're looking for someone.
Exactly.
Especially you're not looking for
exactly.
And hopefully by the time you get our age, you've toned it down a lot.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
Men and women.
What
both toned, have kids,
that's
careers,
my point.
Things like that.
That's my point. At our age, we should already be coming, you know what I'm saying, in that element. We should already be coming in peace.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that look like where that she's not at our age?
It looks like the drama and the fighting and it's still people that behave a certain way. Like they're single. Sometimes people are single for a reason.
I mean, and I agree.
Because they may
or maybe it's a case where she may not realize
that she's behaving like that. She
like
could be going through some what do you call it? Like a genetics, what do you call it? Ancestry. It passed down in her DNA.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So she could have some stuff like that going on. You know what I mean? Like I was telling you about my ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? I believe mental health was a challenge in her family, but no one was diagnosed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So no one was diagnosed. So you got people with split personalities. They cool with you one moment, then 20 minutes later, they hate your guts. And then 20 more minutes later, everything is cool. Act like it never happened, that they just hated your guts a few minutes ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, who am I dealing with? So, and fortunately for me that came out and I didn't stay in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, because I'm like, I'm not. Why am I going to continue to deal with this?
I mean, but so in that case, you didn't see the.
Oh yeah, there was some red flags. Now that's different. But like you said, when we're younger. When we're younger, we can we'll tolerate that kind of stuff. And like you said, sometimes because of our own dysfunction, we will tolerate that. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that. I seen my parents, you know what I'm saying, fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I was a young, like a toddler.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I still remember this imprinted. And I had to really comes to grip with that. Like, okay, yeah, and they were fighting about me. You know what I'm saying? And and I just remembered that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how, but that definitely led me to be the where there's another response. There's fight, flight, and then there's freeze. Mm-hmm. So sometimes certain things can make us freeze up, and because I couldn't do anything, I'm a toddler. But I understand a fight. I understand disagreement. I understand yelling, especially at that age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And because people think children are going to forget, but you just never know.
Right.
And there's no telling what kind of things my ex saw. And then you had the genetic trait of
mental illness.
mental illness, right? So it's just like all that on top of each other. And it's like, yeah, you may see red flags, but then again, like Stephen said, you may be willing to pass off the red flag because I remember him saying that because this woman has a certain shape or she looks a certain way. And what he said was that he knew somebody that he got married and got divorced. Then he got remarried about 3 years later, and that person wasn't the most attractive person, but she gave him the peace of mind
that he wanted.
Yes.
And so
yes.
Yeah.
So, because once you've had somebody that you think you might have a trophy or whatever, and then you find out they kooky, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're not going to, like, how they look don't matter. Right. If you're not happy.
Right. It doesn't.
So
okay, so women, they want peace. Well, at least that's what they say. I'm just saying, they all, I want a woman who bring me peace. I need peace. But yet,
and then too, it could be like the
causing all the.
I mean, you keep saying that the men are causing things.
I'm saying if a woman is not being peaceful, there's usually a reason, and yes, it starts with the man.
It don't necessarily have to be external to the man. It can be internal.
It can be internal.
Yeah, that's like just blame. No, I'm not saying blame. I'm just saying a character. If that person's character trait is that already,
is that already,
and they have a repetitive, they have a
true.
You're seeing this in this
there
person.
There are some women that are.
Yeah, I'm not saying the man is causing them to be there. I'm just saying this is this person's character before.
Okay, gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? Gotcha. So that's, and I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, you're going to have some dudes out here that bring drama on themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. Right. How you going to want, because if you're bringing drama on yourself, right, and you wanting to have peace, like if you're warring, you know what I'm saying, even inside your brain, you're warring, you're doing things that are going to cause a war, how you going to expect to get peace?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense.
Right. It doesn't.
But they will say that.
Exactly.
Right. They're being a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that person doesn't really understand peace if they're doing things to make their home
So unpeaceful. That's right. And that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're like, let's say, and they're cheating or, then of course.
Yeah, he planting a seed. Right. He planting a seed.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. But if that's not what he meant, okay, fine. I stand corrected.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the
somebody who is already bringing drama.
Yes.
From the beginning. Okay, yes. Yeah. Then I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and it's just good talking points. And like he said, both of them said, and he continued to say to Koryelle, like, a conversation needs to be had.
Right.
So in a lot of these talking points, a conversation needs to be had.
Right.
Which, really brings us to the next talking point.
Which is cooking.
He said cooking, and these are things Stephan said off the top of his head. Right. He came up with cooking next.
Cooking, yes. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, really? I wasn't expecting him to say that.
I wasn't either, because you and I both know, I will say this, I'm not a cooker. I mean, I cook to survive, for myself. But yeah, I am not a cooker. That is not how I got you.
Right. And you helped give me peace. You helped give me peace.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? And to top back into that topic, about you bringing me peace, you saw that there was some holes in my, I don't even know if character or whatever, you saw that there were some things that I could use and benefit from. And you was like, okay, well, let me help this brother out. You know what I'm saying? And you did, and that to me, because that was things you didn't have to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You did it out of the kindness of your heart. That brought me peace. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't out talking to, I don't know who you was talking to other than me, you know what I'm saying? Because you were dating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but I didn't know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? And I know whenever I was with you, I was peaceful. You see what I'm saying? And that could have been, the the what they call the honeymoon phase, where you're just meeting people, and
Right.
you know, we frequency matching, as this one lady says in her book. Book Frequency, you know, we frequency match. We
Right.
we was on the same vibration. You know what I mean? But after a while, you start seeing shadow patterns. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, also, you'll know what to tolerate. Some things you can tolerate, some things you can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
That's
gotta
what it's
you
all
gotta set
about.
boundaries for yourself.
Right.
You know. So, but the cooking thing, yeah, that was never a deal breaker for me. I never was the type of dude that, yeah, my woman's got to cook. Now, some dudes out there, yeah, they
I
all
know.
about that.
Yeah.
You got
They
to have the
really
dinner.
want a woman to know how to cook and be able to cook.
Right.
But what got me was with Stephan was he said that she has to like enjoy it. And I'm like, wait a minute. So we gotta cook and enjoy it, not just
Well, the reason he said that, and I get that, and you know, Koryelle kind of brought that the same thing you said.
right. Like,
What he was
wait,
saying,
what?
he was saying, if you don't enjoy it, you're not gonna continue doing it. So it's
Well, okay,
right.
that's true.
That's just like,
But why can't I mean, okay, but why does she have to enjoy it? The fact that I mean, I know that if you don't enjoy it, sometimes it's not
it's
as
hard to do.
good.
You ain't gonna put your heart into it.
Right, right.
You know what
but
I mean?
But I again, I know a lot of women. My mom, she don't necessarily enjoy cooking. She do it because she have to.
Well,
And so,
especially at this point, yeah.
I mean, right.
Right.
And
But
I mean,
then they
and
from
I
the
do
old
know
school
what.
too, like
Right.
the woman.
So that's different.
Right,
Yeah.
the woman cook.
But
my mom don't really.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
be
my
like,
mom will cook. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But like,
it's
it ain't
not
no,
like I love cooking. I love cooking so much. So
Right.
let me just whip you up a meal. No,
right. My daddy will get in there and cook. You know what I'm saying?
And
My
that's what
dad
I'm
will get in
talking
there and
about.
throw down. He not.
And I know men, plenty of men who can.
Right. And you know me, I will go cook something if I need to. I mean, we have stuff
Yeah.
that's really look. Listen, y'all, we
It
have
gotta
stuff
be
that's
like-
really easy to cook.
It
Now I
gotta
can
be
read a
something
recipe.
he could. Right, he
I
can read a recipe.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm a
freestyle
recipe
and free
master.
balling, no.
Yeah, you asked
He
me to
was
go in the kitchen and whip up some greens or something. You save it.
And don't get me wrong, I can't either. However, yeah, for him to do it, he need directions. He could follow directions.
Yeah, if it's something complex.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's something I'm making over and over, I could do it. You know what I mean? But if it's something that I haven't made, then that's fine. But I don't require, getting back to the thing, I don't require that from you. You know what I'm saying? But I get what he's saying. I don't know if that makes a woman irresistible. That's an attractive quality.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think I have to disagree with my brother on this one. I don't think that makes a woman irresistible because she can know how to cook. She can know how to cook, but she ain't got the irresistible point number one that he talked about, and you ain't got no peace in the household.
I mean,
but I get what he's saying. A lot of times, when a woman can cook, the man comes home in the traditional. We're so far away from traditional things in 2024.
Right.
Traditionally, the man will come home, the woman's got food going, you know what I'm saying? Or the food is done, the man he's happy to be at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a good point that he said. However, it shouldn't, we talked about this too in another episode about there don't have to be gender roles for who's going to cook.
No, it shouldn't be.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially not
now,
today. Yeah.
Now
it should be no gender roles.
Because women, and I mean, this goes without saying, women are working harder, sometimes not twice as harder than men, and making more money than men.
Exactly.
And
so
be the breadwinner.
Why should I have to come home, work, make the money, and come home and cook?
Right. Take care of the kids, do all that. Barefoot, pregnant. I'm still at the stove, so
that's what I'm saying. And I've never for myself, wanted that role.
You never had any guys who was like, yo, you don't cook, I can't deal with you.
Oh yeah, I've had men say that, and I let them get the hell on because no, I don't cook. And I used to see my mom do that, and she worked too. And I just never wanted that for myself. Because I used to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not about to work and do all that and come home and cook too.
Right. Yeah.
And serve you. Yeah, no.
Some
I
women
seen
like
my
cooking.
mom do it,
They
and
want to know
I
what you think.
never liked it. I
Yeah.
never liked
Yeah.
it.
Someone cook for what you think. How do you think it tastes? You know, they want to get the opinion.
Yeah,
because they want to please the man. Like,
Right,
yeah, I
nope.
get that. That's a attractive trait. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely attractive. I wouldn't say that's irresistible. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's irresistible.
I mean, I can't really answer for men, but it shouldn't be. I'm just saying, it just shouldn't be.
Right.
Because not every woman enjoys cooking.
Right.
Or can cook.
Right. Yeah. And nowadays, yeah, it don't matter who
you
get in there.
You better take this damn hot dog and shut the hell up.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I mean, we're going to make sure we eat. That's the thing. So, like, you know, you have never had a problem making sure we eat. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So that's the thing. Like, it's not a requirement for me to be like, you know, I need a hot meal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not a requirement for me. And
Thank God.
And it's not a requirement for a lot of dudes, but there are a lot of dudes.
Oh, it's a lot of dudes.
Like, yo, that needs to happen. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, that needs. And if you can't, I can't deal with no woman that won't cook. I've heard a lot of brothers say that.
I've heard a lot too.
You know, and I'm like, what's wrong with your hands, bruh?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
what I say.
Can you cook?
That should not be a deal breaker.
Can you cook?
Right. That should not be a deal breaker. I said that on another episode.
Right.
Like, plenty of men cook.
Right.
Like, get the hell out of here with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So number 3.
Yeah.
Sexual fulfillment.
Yeah.
Now, I totally understand this because he said that, you know, a woman feels like because she, you know, blew some other man's mind that'll be the same for the next. Right. And no, it's not.
Right. Everybody's different.
Of course.
Everybody's different. And he said the same thing with the men. Just because you did XYZ with a woman and it worked on that woman, this next woman may not want that.
She may not like all that.
Right. So, you know, that like one of the things he said, that needs to be a conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That needs to be a conversation to know what your mate wants.
But that's the problem. Not everyone, I mean, especially, well, I shouldn't say especially women. We don't know how to have that. Like, how do you have that conversation?
I mean, you toughen up and have it. I know that sounds crazy and very macho. But you gotta have it. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have that conversation. You know, somebody has to be the catalyst of hard conversations. Yeah,
somebody does.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to be the catalyst of hard conversations. And if it's something that's bothering you, you know what I'm saying? Then you should definitely have a conversation about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we've had episodes about sex, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to have some more episodes about sex.
We're going to have some more.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, and yeah, we talk, you know what I'm saying? And like what he talked about, the 5 love languages, we talked about that book in another episode. I'll link it in the description. But he talked about one of the biggest love languages for guys is physical touch. Right. Yeah, like that's kind of signals to a man. Like if you come and touch a man, you know what I'm saying? Like
that lets him know that you want him.
Right.
You desire him.
Right.
Because otherwise it's like, how do they know?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Other than looks, I mean, there's all kind of different body languages and everything. You know, but yeah, the body language that's important.
Right. Because for the man, it's again, they don't know how you feel. Mm-hmm. About them, if you're attracted to them or not, unless you touch them. And so I mean, I get what he means by that, but it's like we don't know. You know, I know you tell me a lot.
Like, I mean, you can ask the man. You can ask the man. You can ask the man while you're in the act. Do you like this?
Right.
Would you like for me to do this? You can ask the man.
I mean, but that kind of like breaks up the.
Not really.
The pop off, as I like to call it.
Not really, man. If y'all just
I'm steady asking questions. I mean,
it could be asked in a sexual way. It could be asked in a sexual way, like, you know, would you like this? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I don't want to be too vulgar on the thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you could just ask, do you like when I do this?
Right.
Oh, you like when I do this, huh?
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
And what if okay, and so you ask me, I'd be like, no, I hate it.
I mean, I won't do it anymore.
I mean, but you don't think it'll stop the chemistry, the flow?
Not necessarily. It just depends on where it's, where you are in the act. You know what I'm saying? Where you are in the act.
Right. And so, who has time to pause and ask questions while everything is happening?
I mean, if you were exploring each other, you know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, you might just try something. You know what I mean? You might
That's
just
what I'm
try.
saying.
But if you can fulfill the man sexually, because like the Koryelle was basically saying, me just doing the act should be enough.
Right.
But just because a man have an orgasm, that don't mean he's sexually fulfilled.
Oh, well, it means what's a bad orgasm?
I'm not saying it's a bad orgasm, but
not bad, but
it might be.
That's the whole point, is to have an orgasm. So if you had the orgasm, what could make it?
I'm just saying, if it was kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I like positions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like change positions, You know what I'm saying? So I like different things happening. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If the positions don't change, you know what I'm saying? It could get boring. You know what I'm saying? And that would mean that I'm not sexually fulfilled.
Okay, so busting a nut doesn't necessarily mean that you're sexually fulfilled.
No, it could be. It needs to be intense sometimes. It could be, it could be like you say, don't stop the pop off. You know what I'm saying? It could be like, yo, we feeling it, let's go to it.
Right.
Or it could be just, slow build up to love making. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. But if it's just,
Well, what?
Okay. So when I was younger,
for example,
right? So when I was younger, right? I remember one time, a young lady came over to the house. You know what I'm saying? And we had sex. You know what I'm saying? She was like a dead fish, and it wasn't no touching, it wasn't no interaction. It was just, me on top of her.
She was just laying there.
Yeah. It was just weird. Yeah, it was just weird. So so I wasn't.
No, I'm not saying like to just lay there and do nothing. Like, who does that? She did.
Right. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody, and then that's what I was saying in another episode too. Some women are inhibited. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they don't, I don't know if I want to,
but yeah, that has to be again, the first time, y'all do, you don't typically, I haven't witnessed that where, let's say the man didn't like it and it's like, okay, let's have a conversation about it.
It just depends on where y'all at in the stage of the relationship too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's a first time, I only had sex with her once. Right.
But that's the thing though. Most men, and again, we're talking about people our age. Mm-hmm. So, I would hope that if you have sex with a woman and it's not what you thought it would be or the way you like, most times they're not gonna have a conversation. They're just not gonna fuck with you no more.
Right. That's what I said. It just depends on what stage in the relationship you're in. And if y'all at that point where y'all can have a conversation like that, you know what I'm saying? Then you should. That's like,
yeah, you should, but 9 times out of 10, that's not
if you're saying like this is your mate, y'all together.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying somebody you just met, y'all had sex once. You know what I'm saying?
But
if you really digging this female, you know what I'm saying? You can tell her, hey, I like XYZ. Are you into XYZ?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Would you be opposed to trying XYZ? This is like we was watching Ready for Love or Ready to Love or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they had the one dude in there that was into the sadomasochism stuff. The dude, he was in the kinky, like,
Oh, yeah. But yeah, he just came off and was like, yeah, I like it.
Right.
I mean,
and listen, if you wanted to get down with him, and one of the chicks did, at least on camera he did. You know, we don't want to really happen, but you know, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to get down with him, that's what he into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's just like I said, it's tricky because, you know, it depends on where you're at in your relationship.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the man would have to want to have something or see something in her,
right,
to have that conversation, because otherwise they're not trying to have that conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's somebody that they were already kicking in, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm getting close to her," you know, the sex was whack, but I might give it a shot, another shot, and let's see. Because sometimes a woman may hold back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It could be any number of things why, you know, she may be this way or that as far as, you know, the sex.
Right.
Because, I mean, you ain't going to just automatically come off and, you know, do whatever, because you don't know. You don't know when you first have sex together what each other like.
Right. But if that's the thing that a man will find irresistible is sexual fulfillment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He wants to be fulfilled sexually, and I get it. We want to be fulfilled sexually too. And so
I get it.
Y'all may come off with some shit that we may not like.
Got it. Well, maybe we need to do a video on 5 things women find irresistible about men.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
We can
too.
flip it around.
Yeah, definitely need to flip it.
Yeah, we can flip it around.
Okay, so basically men want a woman to fulfill their sexual needs.
Yes.
They find that irresistible, ladies.
I think so.
They don't want you laying there like a fish. They want fish.
You limp. You just there, and dude just going to town. He trying to kiss you. He trying to, you know, and you just no.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with old girl. Like, how you just
it could have been a youth thing, Dave.
Or maybe she was young and inexperienced.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was like college.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was still weird.
Right.
It was weird. It was weird, ladies and gentlemen. It was weird.
I can imagine. But okay, so number 3 was sexual fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4,
physical attraction, which piggybacks into what he was saying about sexual fulfillment. So one of the examples he used in there was like, you got to continue to stay attractive. To the mate, to the male. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, you know, we're visual and all of that. But his example was a couple who had got married.
Mm-hmm.
The lady gained 100 pounds, and the man stopped having sex with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he wasn't attracted to her.
Right. They eventually got divorced. She lost weight.
Mm-hmm.
They ran into each other again. They started having sex again. Because she was attractive to him again. Then she gained 100 pounds.
Like,
yo, losing 100 pounds is hard. Like Koryelle said, either way, that's hard.
That's
losing
hard,
right?
That's hard, right? And for her to gain it back,
right?
It's like something. There must have been some mental.
Yeah, maybe just real comfortable. Like, I'm comfortable with this guy, and, you know, I don't know. But yeah, that physical attraction, that has to be there. And like he said, on the reverse, too, you know, about a woman who got upset because the mate cut the dreads off.
Oh,
the mate had dreads, cut his hair, didn't let the mate know.
Right.
And that's another one of the situations.
She was totally turned off.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it too.
That should have been a conversation.
Right.
That should have been a conversation. Like, yo, you're going to cut your
making some
locks?
drastic change
to
your appearance. Yeah, that's a lot.
Right. So, yeah, he was like, 5 pounds, you know what I'm saying, 10 pounds. And then he also basically broke it down. Like, it just depends on the person too. Just depends on the person. 5 pounds or 10 pounds may make some women look better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But an extra 5-10 pounds on some women's body frame, it ain't gonna make them look better.
Right.
But if you talking about 20, 50 pounds,
yeah,
100 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And me, you know, and you've been with me when I was skinny like I am now, and you've been with me when I was heavier. You know what I mean? Like 40 pounds heavier. You know, and
But you know what was crazy? At the time, I didn't see it. Maybe because I was too.
It was gradual.
I did not see it.
It didn't.
And then when I look at the pictures, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, y'all check us out on TikTok. We got a TikTok on there where she put a picture up of us and
both of us.
Yeah, we were obese. We were obese. Yeah.
I mean, well, I've been all my life, but yeah, it's funny because looking at that picture, I did not see it.
Yeah.
I did not see it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then when I look at it now, I'm like, wow.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but you definitely gotta, keep yourself up.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Like, that tension needs to be there.
Right, because I know working from home, I have a habit of, I try not to be in the bonnet all day because, I'm just saying, like, he don't want to see that all day, all night. Every time he look at me, he's seeing that bonnet. And so, I would try to at least, like, do my hair or something, where I'm just not always looking busted up.
Yeah. I understand that. I mean, and that's...
Because I know for me, when I go out, I like to look a certain way when I go out. But it's not like we're going out every day.
Right.
And so, that was my thing. I was trying to like, okay, well, what can I do or what can I wear to not always look homey? Like I don't ever get out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But but see, that's the thing. When you in a relationship, a good relationship, and you live with your mate, you know what I'm saying? Or you're married to your mate, you know what I'm saying? You know what your mate looks like when she don't have, all the makeup and the lashes and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's good to know what your mate looks like without all that. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I heard somebody say you could get beauty in the dollar store. You know what I'm saying? So
damn.
Yeah. So I want to know what you look like without all that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But so I know that you know how to jazz yourself up. Like, you look cute now. You know what I'm saying? The glasses and everything and the earrings popping. Yeah, I'll check you out. Glasses matching her, color scheme. She got the color scheme going on with her clothes. So I know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've been together for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
But, I guess for me it's different because, one, I'm not into a whole bunch of makeup. So pretty much what you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. I wear lipstick.
I appreciated that too because I have never liked a lot of makeup on a woman. It's not attractive to me.
Oh, okay.
So like you said, the attraction thing. So if you just all of a sudden you start wearing a whole bunch of makeup and foundation and stuff like that, and heaven forbid it get on my clothes, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how I would be. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a big makeup on women fan. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. I don't like too much makeup. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't like too much makeup.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was never that type of person anyway. My thing was always just like, especially like when I was wearing my wigs, it's like, okay, I don't want to wear this all day. So what am I going to do, to like make sure I'm looking okay.
Right.
And that was my issue. But yeah, I mean, it's hard.
I mean, well, but that's the thing. Like, to me, like a real man will understand that. You know what I'm saying? The real man's going to understand, well, you're not just like you going to the office or to
every
the club
day.
every day.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Unless you go into the office and the club every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but that's not realistic. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And you know, I think, like I said, a real man will understand that. Your
Mm.
woman gonna put on the bonnet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, your woman gonna take her makeup off before she go to bed. Your woman gonna put on a gown sometimes. She might not have a goddamn Daisy Dukes or some,
Right, and that's what I'm
a
saying.
halter top or, all
Right,
that stuff on all the
right.
time.
And
You know what
at
I'm
a certain
saying?
age, you shouldn't even be expecting for us to do all that. You know what I'm saying? To be attracted to us.
Right.
Yeah, that's just too much. It's, again, especially at our age.
Yeah. So I mean,
We
it's
don't
like
need to always be in a lingerie,
right.
for you to find us attractive.
Right. And I think,
Attractive.
isn't there a saying like the same thing that attracted you to a person or attracted a person to you, you need to continue doing those things.
Oh
so you
yeah,
can stay
absolutely.
attracted.
Now, yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And not, because that's wrong. I can't expect you to still want me and I gain like
let yourself go.
50 pounds. Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just not right.
Yeah. So that's a conversation. That's another one of them conversations. Hey, you done picked up 17.5 pounds.
Right.
And he said some dudes are really anal about like a 5'8".
Yeah.
They can tell
5
5'10".
pounds. Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, and I'm not that anal. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not.
So no, I'm not that
easy
anal.
going.
Yeah.
And so the last thing was heal and get yourself right.
Yes. And that's a big thing. Get yourself mentally right, physically right, you know what I'm saying, emotionally right.
Emotionally, spiritually.
Yeah, if you take care of you, you're going to make yourself a better mate.
Right.
If you're working on you, you're going to make yourself a better mate. So one of the things I liked about you is that, like, you had a job. You know what I'm saying? I had been taking care of, my mates, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have a job, or they might have had some hustles, but they didn't have no steady stream of income. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you had a steady stream of income, and that was another thing that brought me peace. You know what I'm saying? So, it was just something I noticed. I was just like,
I mean, but
she actually got her shit together.
Normal, I thought, for
it ain't normal for every female. You know what I'm saying? Some females, and listen, I ain't tripping on anybody that wants to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm not saying any of that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not saying that. However, if you're not putting your best foot forward to better yourself, yeah, you, like you said, you gotta get yourself right. You gotta heal. So if you've been in a relationship with somebody and you ain't got that relationship out of your system, you definitely need to. We talked about that too. You need to heal. You need to have time to heal. We talked about that with the whole J-Lo and Ben thing.
Right, because otherwise you're going to take all that baggage from that relationship and bring it into this new relationship.
Yep. I mean, and it could be different types of healing. You know what I'm saying? You might need to have your finances. Like I said, you might be broke. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So, and I don't think broke is an irresistible trait for a man. Now, you got some Captain Save-ems out there, that just want to come and swoop up,
Right.
But I think if you've agreed to be a stay-at-home mom, y'all agreed to do that, that's one thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? However, if y'all didn't agree to that and you're not trying to, as a woman, you're not trying to better yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's something totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something totally different. So I agree with him on that point.
You know? I do too.
Yeah,
you definitely have to heal yourself and get yourself together before trying to, find somebody.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think Stephan, he has some really good points. I subscribed to his channel because I was like, you know what, I'm liking what this guy's saying, and then both of them spoke very well. Koryelle, both of them, they just had a very intelligent, high-level conversation.
Yeah.
And y'all should definitely check it out. So we want to know what y'all think about these irresistible things that men,
qualities that men
find in a woman. Yeah, because I mean, I agree with most of them except for like one. You know what I mean? And that was the cooking.
Yeah, the cooking. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I don't agree with
yeah,
that.
I didn't agree with that one, but I mean, I understood why he brought it up.
Right.
Some men do find that irresistible, but for the most part, yeah, I agree with pretty much everything he was saying.
Yeah.
You know, so
again, we always welcome suggestions on what y'all want to talk about. Just let us know.
Yep. So we're looking forward to continue bringing more episodes to you all. More episodes like this. And again, like she said, let us know what y'all want to hear about. And if you're watching this far, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would be shocked. I would be shocked. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this thing a thumbs up. Leave the comments. We appreciate all that. We answer every comment.
Yes, I try to.
Yes.
Every single comment.
Yes, and we get a lot of them on TikTok. So if you're following us on TikTok, great. We appreciate that. Following us on Instagram, we appreciate that. You know, we just want to continue bringing you guys good quality information that you all can use.
Yes.
So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up because it's date night. You know what I'm saying? We want to continue doing our thing. You see, she got her brows, her eyelash done, nails. I got a haircut for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But we finna get into each other now. So
yeah, we are.
This is Carlton.
And I'm Liv.
And this is Legacy Journeys, where we embrace, explore, and evolve relationships. We're gonna see y'all on the next episode. Peace.